Donnie's back here. So go to turtle position. So what happens a lot is we start getting into this position here and we try to throw a hook in. Remember, we don't want to throw a leg over the top. We want to really try to get our bottom leg in. Okay? So as we start to look for our bottom leg, he's going to start bouncing over the top of that leg right here in this type of position. So the number one thing to remember is when he does this, number one, I don't put my choke hand on the top. I put my choke hand on the bottom. Okay? When he starts to look for this, as long as my chest is glued to his back, he's not going to get away. He may try to get his back to the ground, but I'm going to stay tight to him, and I'm just going to follow him. It's kind of called Homer Simpson, where you just keep following him on your shoulder. Okay? We all should know the roll-up from here. The roll-up is a very simple technique where we get up to our elbow here. You guys understand the roll-up? But we're not going to go to the roll-up here. What we're going to look to do is we're going to stay glued to our opponent. And he's really, really strong, and he starts to get slippery. So what we're going to do is the top side leg. The leg that would go over the top is going to hook him. Loosen up, Danny. Is going to hook him here, underneath of his leg, just like this. This position helps you get to your roll-up. It helps you control him enough to where you can bring him all the way over. So one more time. This is a really good position to control my opponent. Is just sitting here and lacing your foot right, not at his knee, but like kind of right on his calf. Try to pull your leg out, Donnie. I can sit here and I can really follow him with this position, just like this. So the reason that this position is so good is I almost want to start loosening up on him to let him start getting his back to the ground. Because you guys understand, I'm going to catch his back if he continues on this escape plan. I'm going to start working for my roll-up. So as soon as he feels we start working, yes, he's going to start getting his back to the ground. Exactly right. And that's really what we want. We want him thinking he's going to get his back to the ground. Because now the arm that's on the top, that's protecting my hand as he goes to starts to get his back to the ground, is going to snake right over the top of his neck, and I'm going to start looking for my head and arm choke. It also doesn't let him start getting the defense because I'm really pinning him in position. I always want to start with a schoolboy here, just like this. So I'm holding on to Donnie, and he's starting to escape. So I just sit here and I follow him until I can hook his foot or hook his leg. Now I see how I start to lift him up right. He's going to start back bridging because he thinks he can. Go ahead, Donnie, keep going. He can turn into me. Exactly right. So as I'm sitting here and I'm holding him in this position here, I'm almost going to let him start to slide out. And as he does, I follow him all the way over into the head and arm choke. From here, it's very simple. I just want to slide down the pole. Here, get it really tight. If I can grab his hand just to slow him down, that's good too, but I always want to end up with my hand on top of his head, squeezing. As long as I'm 6 and 12, I can really choke him out. Okay? Just one more time. This is a super, super tight choke. So remember, this really leads into me taking his back again. But he's going to be game opponent. He's not going to let me get his back. So I'm going to be sitting here doing this. I'm going to hook his leg and bring it up off the ground. Like this. Now, with his hips not in play, he thinks he can just turn himself into me. Yes, like this. By me holding his leg up, it makes this transition really, really simple. What you don't want to do is just immediately start looking for this. Because sometimes he's real squirrely. He's going to get his elbow to the ground. So you immediately just want to put your hands together real strong here. Stop and put your head down. And then squeeze. Let's give it a try, guys. Very simple technique.